Harin. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10. We are on chapter 14, hearing the prayers by Lord Brahma. Beautiful prayers. Lord Brahma has been glorifying Lord Krishna, and then now he speaks of his desire that he may always be engaged in devotional service in this life and in any future life, in any species of life that he may take. So reading on. Tadbhuri bhagyam iha janma kimapi atavyam.
Ratna, you can do. Tadbhuri bhagyam iha janma kimapatatavyam.
Yad gokule pikatam angri rajo bhishekam.
Yat gokule api katam angri rajo abhishekam.
Yajivitam tu nikhilam bhagavan mukundas.
Yajjivitam tu nikhilam bhagavan mukundas.
Sva adyapi yat pada raja shrutimrekyam eva.
Tavadhyapatiyat padarajshruti mrigyameva.
Translation and purport by disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. My greatest possible good fortune would be to take any birth whatever in this forest of Gokul and have my head bathed by the dust falling from the lotus feet of any of its residents. The entire life and soul is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Mukunda, the dust of whose lotus feet is still being searched for in the Vedic mantras. This verse indicates that Lord Brahma desires to take birth even as the smallest blade of grass in Vrindavan, so that the holy residents of the Lord's abode may walk upon his head and bless him with the dust of their feet. So here Lord Brahma is saying that because the Brajvasis are so fortunate that there is no limit to their good fortune. And now he is saying that he desires to take birth as a blade of grass in Vrindavan, so that when the Brajvasis are walking by, they may put foot on the grass, and in this way he can take the dust of their lotus feet on his head. Uddhav had the same prayer. Uddhav wanted the dust of the lotus feet of the gopis, but he knew they would feel shy to give him give the dust of their lotus feet. So he says, I pray that I can be born as a creeper in Vrindavan, so that when the gopis are walking by, the dust of their lotus feet can come on him. Being realistic, Lord Brahma does not aspire to directly achieve the dust of Lord Krishna's feet. Rather, he aspires for the mercy of the Lord's devotees. So the dust of the lotus feet of the devotee and the remnants of a devotee and the water that has washed the feet of the pure devotee, these are very powerful to give us bhakti. Being really, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that Brahma is willing to take birth even as a stone in a paved footpath in the Lord's abode. Since Brahma is the creator of the entire universe, we can just imagine the glorious position of the residents of Vrindavan. So Brahma, he has created this universe. He's the most intelligent person in this universe. And he is saying he wants to become a blade of grass in Gokul. So we can hardly imagine, you know, the the opulence of Gokul, the mm, good fortune, the special position of the Brajbasis. Lord Brahma, he's not saying, oh, I will become a Brajbasi, or I will get Krishna's dust directly. He's wishing that I can be a blade of grass and get the dust of the lotus feet of the Brajbasis. The Lord's devotees achieve the exalted position by unalloyed devotion and love. One cannot achieve such spiritual opulence by any puffed up material process of personal improvement. So, in the material world, we become great by having some opulence. Somebody has some wealth, so he becomes people like to follow him. Or somebody is very famous, or somebody very beautiful, or somebody very knowledgeable or powerful. But all these have no meaning in the realm of devotional service. The Brajbasis are so highly esteemed is because of the love that they have for Krishna. And that is what is the most valuable thing they have, their love for Krishna. In Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Srila Prabhupada reveals the mind of Brahma as follows. But if I am not so fortunate to take birth within the forest of Vrindavan, I beg to be allowed to take birth outside the immediate area of Vrindavan, so that when the devotees go out, they will walk over me. Even that would be a great fortune for me. I am just aspiring for a birth in which I will be smeared by the dust of the devotees' feet. So Prabhupada is saying that we can see the humility of Brahma over here, that he's saying, maybe I'm not qualified to take birth in Vrindavan. So let me take birth outside Vrindavan. A small grass. No, nobody cares for grass, right? Nobody is bothered, or there is a blade of grass. So now we can see his humility here, that he wants to be just getting the dust of the lotus feet of the Brajbasis. Did you want to add anything?
So this also shows that how powerful and how important the Brajvasis and the pure devotees are, right?
Yeah,
Like how you mentioned their charandhuli and the water that washes their feet is so powerful,
yeah. And the remnants.
and the remnants.
Yeah, yeah. Isham Gosha Nivasinam Utta Bhavan Kim Deva Rate Tinash
ईशां घोषनिवासिनामुतं भवां किं देवराते तीनश
Cheto Vishwa Falat Phalam Tvad Aparam Kutrapi Ayanmuyate.
चेतो विश्वफलात् फलं त्वत् अपरं कुत्र अपि अयात् मुह्यति
Sadveshat Eva Putanapi Sakula Tvam Eva Deva Pita.
सत्त्वेषात् इव पूतना अपि सकुला त्वाम् एष देव आपिता
Yadham Artha Surit Priyatma Tanaya Pranashayastvat Krite.
यद्धाम अर्थ सुहृत् प्रिय आत्मा तनय प्राण आशयाः त्वत्कृते.
My mind becomes bewildered just trying to think of what reward other than you could be found anywhere. You are the embodiment of all benedictions, which you bestow upon these residents of the cowherd community of Vrindavan. You have already arranged to give yourself to Putana and her family members in exchange for her disguising herself as a devotee. So, what is left for you to give these devotees of Vrindavan, whose homes, wealth, friends, dear relations, bodies, children, and very lives and hearts are all dedicated only to you? So, Lord Brahma is saying that now Putana, she became a nurse and gave Krishna her milk. And because of that, Lord Brahma is saying, you have, because of this, you have arranged to give yourself to Putana. So, what, and so what is the good fortune of the Brajbasis? What are you going to give them? They are just, they know nothing but you. Everything of theirs is for your pleasure. They're breathing also for pleasing you. They have so much love for you. So he's like, what are you going to give them? You have given yourself already to Putana and her family. What are you going to give these Brajbasis who love you so much? He's saying, I can't even imagine any other reward other than you. Uh, we are looking, I want this, I want that. We're looking for something or the other in the material world. Maybe we want some different people want different things. Somebody is looking for knowledge, somebody is looking for wealth, somebody is looking for beauty. But Lord Brahma is saying the best reward we can ask is Krishna. Nothing better than that. That just Putna did some service and you yourself gave yourself to her. So imagine the good fortune of the Brajbasis that you are their life and their soul. So we can see that following in the footsteps of Brahma, even if we can say, oh, I also wish to have Krishna. Tavad raga dayastenas.
Tavad ragadasya stenas tan
Tav, Tavad kara graham graham.
tavad karagraham graham
Tavan moho angri nikado.
tavad moha anginigando
Yavat Krishna nate jana.
yavat krishnana te janaha.
My dear Lord Krishna, until people become your devotees, their material attachments and desires remain thieves. Their homes remain prisons, and their affectionate feelings for their family members remain foot shackles. Apparently, the residents of Vrindavan, the abode of Lord Krishna, are simple householders engaged in ordinary affairs such as herding cows, cooking, rearing children, and performing religious ceremonies. However, all these activities are intensely engaged in the loving service of Lord Krishna. The residents of Vrindavan perform all activities in pure Krishna consciousness and thus exist on the most exalted platform of liberated life. Otherwise, the same activities performed without Krishna consciousness constitute ordinary bondage to the material world. So what we can understand is the Brajbasis, they are doing all the activities we see in normal everyday life. People wake up, they go to work, they maintain their family, their children. Uh, so Brajbasis are also doing that. But there is a difference. That the Brajbasis, their, their center is Krishna. They're doing all this with love for Krishna. Whereas we see in the material world, we put ourselves in the center and our activities are then surrounded accordingly. But the Brajbasis, whatever they are doing, It's because they love Krishna. Thus, one should not misunderstand the exalted position of the residents of Vrindavan, nor should one consider oneself highly religious simply because one performs ordinary domestic affairs very enthusiastically, but without Krishna consciousness. So someone may be saying, I'm doing my duty to my family very well, but doing the duty, then one has to go further. One has to come to the point of loving Krishna. By focusing our passionate attachment on our family and society, we are completely deviated from the progressive path of Krishna consciousness. Conversely, if we engage our family in the loving service of the Lord, our endeavors to maintain our family become part and parcel of our progressive spiritual duties. So just like Lord Chaitanya said to the Brahman, not that we have to give up our homes or give up our family. No. Rather, wherever we are, whatever is our duty, we engage in hearing and chanting. And we engage our family members to whatever degree we can in Krishna's service. And that's practical because someone may think, oh, well, here Lord Brahma is saying it is foot shackles, let me give up. Well, the idea is not the physical giving up. It's giving up the attachment. One can remain in one place. And well, one can remain in the forest and be very attached to the material world also. But one may be living in the family but the attachment may be only to Krishna. We saw the example of Pundarik Vidyanidhi, how he is very, very opulent, very rich, wearing very expensive clothes, so many servants, expensive house, lots of food, golden utensils also. But he was not attached to all that. His attachment was to Krishna. So that is what is needed. Because someone may read this and say, oh, well, home is a prison, so let me leave and go away. But Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, we cannot prematurely give up our duties. Otherwise, the modes will catch. So what is actually needed is to get attached to Krishna. Remain where we are and we get attached to Krishna, just like the Brajvasis. They're doing whatever duties they had to do. They're very attached to Krishna. In conclusion, by studying the extraordinary status of the residents of Vrindavan, we can see that the essential quality of their lives is pure Krishna consciousness, the rendering of loving service to the Lord, without a trace of material desire or mental speculation. Such loving service to the original personality of Godhead immediately creates the atmosphere of Sri Vrindavan Dham, the kingdom of God. So wherever there is a pure devotee, that is Vrindavan. Wherever there is pure devotee, he is working only to please Krishna. He has no material desire, no desire for liberation. That is Vrindavan. So, getting attached to Krishna. Kapila Dev Muni, Lord Kapila Dev says, how he tells his mother Devahuti how to get attached to Krishna, get attached to the devotee. By getting attached to the devotee, we can get attached to Krishna. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Prapancham nishprapanchopi
Prapancha nishprapanchopi
vidambayasi bhutale
vidambayasi bhutale
prapanna janat ananda
prapanna janata ananda
sandoham prathitum prabho.
Sandoham pratitum prabho.
My dear Master, although you have nothing to do with material existence, you come to this earth and imitate material life just to expand the varieties of ecstatic enjoyment for your surrendered devotees. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur points out that just as a lamp does not seem to shine as brightly in sunlight as it does in the shade, or as a diamond does not seem as brilliant on a silver platter as it does uh, on a plate of blue glass, the Lord's pastimes as Govinda do not seem as amazing in the transcendental abode of Vaikuntha as they do within the material realm of Maya. So here Lord Brahma is saying, so the explanation is given, if you see jewelry, we go to any jeweler, so they will put the jewelry on a dark cloth, dark velvet usually will be used, maybe like a navy or a black or a red, so the diamond can shine more brightly. It's never shown on a silver glass. The jewelry won't be seen only properly, right? So this is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's explanation. Or he says that we have a lamp, a diya. Diya in the daytime when we burn it out in the sun, it doesn't look so bright. But in the night, if we light the same diya, it seems so bright. So similarly, Krishna's pastimes are wonderful, but they look especially wonderful when he performs these pastimes in the material world. Lord Krishna comes to the
Hare
earth
Krishna
and acts.
Shilpaji.
Hare
So
Krishna.
is it because the Vaikunt itself is already so wondrous? That's what they're
Yeah,
trying to say, is it?
yeah. The Krishna's
Okay.
pastimes are always wonderful.
Yeah.
Vaikuntha is very wonderful.
Hmm.
So, and Krishna is performing these pastimes. But
Hmm.
when he does these pastimes in this material world, then they're like,
Hmm.
oh, wow.
Hmm.
How can somebody lift the Govardhan hill
Hmm.
7 days, 7 nights?
Hmm.
You know, how for us it's all inconceivable, right?
Yeah.
How Krishna is standing and then he's also becoming Govardhan. And then how he's killing the demons. He's such a small boy.
Yeah, makes sense.
Mm. So this is what here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explaining, his explanation to this verse of Lord Brahma. Lord Krishna comes to the earth and acts toward his pure devotees exactly like a devoted son, boyfriend, husband, father, friend, and so on. And within the darkness of material existence, these brilliant liberated pastimes give unlimited ecstasy to the surrendered devotees of the Lord. So Krishna comes to have these wonderful pastimes with his pure devotees. And the devotees are waiting for Krishna. Paritranaya sadhunam, right? So Krishna comes to have this wonderful relationship with the devotees. Like how we hear that Shabri was waiting for Lord Ramachandra, right? She waited for him for so long. Or even the sages of Dandakaranya forest, Lord Rama told them, when I come with Krishna, as Krishna, I will enjoy with you. So they were waiting for him. So Krishna comes to have these beautiful pastimes within the material world. And when the pure devotees hear of such pastimes of Krishna, they feel so ecstatic. Just like here, we can see that Sukadev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj, they are hearing and speaking the pastimes of Krishna, and they are so in so much ecstasy. Mm. Is that okay?
Yeah.
In his Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Srila Prabhupada quotes Lord Brahma as follows: I can also understand that your appearance as a small cowherd boy, a child of the cowherd men, is not at all a material activity. You are so much obliged by their affection that you are here to enthuse them with more loving service by your transcendental presence. So Prabhupada is saying that you have come, you have come here to have this loving pastimes with the Brajbasis. They love you so much, and you also love them. And so to have this beautiful relationship, you're doing all these pastimes with them. So their love is also increasing, and your love is also increasing. Like how Krishna is stealing the butter, so the gopis are also making the butter for him. That, oh, he'll come and steal. And so in this way, the love is just going on increasing and increasing. Did you want to add anything?
So like when they are having the reciprocation, so they both are feeling more and more joy, right? More and more happy because there is a
Yeah,
reciprocation. Krishna is also responding, like how he converted himself into the small children, and that's how he's reciprocating because gopis desire, right? So their love is
yeah,
increasing more and more.
yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, we'll
It is
stop
really
here, Vishaya.
wondrous, right? It is
Yeah,
like how, I mean, we can't even imagine the points
mm,
sometime that,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
is-
yeah, we can't even fully appreciate it fully, I think.
we cannot,
Right?
we cannot.
Mm,
Wow.
yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. Today's Ekadashi there, right?
Yeah, Ekadashi. And
Mm,
also I just wanted to ask you, so the
mm,
Varha Dwadashi is tomorrow, right?
mm.
So
Yeah,
then but then today we are just fasting for it, right?
yeah.
But the
Because tomorrow you
Dwadashi,
have to break the fast tomorrow
yes,
at your
yes,
breakfast time. So
yes.
today observe fasting till afternoon
Okay.
for Lord Varahadev.
So, but then the reading we'll do tomorrow.
Of Lord Varahadev, yeah,
Yeah. Right? The reading will not be today, it will be tomorrow, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Read about Lord Varahadev tomorrow. Yeah, okay. Thank you all for listening and joining. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, हरे कृष्णा.